Hi guys. I don't know if this will work, but hopefully it does. So we shall see. Earlier I tried to do a live stream on this, but it did not work very well because you guys are all over the world, and so you couldn't all be on at once, and then live streams show up weird on stories. It was also backwards and very small, and it was a huge mess. So I'm gonna see if this will work. Hopefully it does. I don't know, but bear with me. Today I will be giving you a Zoom lesson on why Tamlin isn't the worst via me, considerable length. So, some background on Tam Tam. He is the High Lord of the Spring Court. He is High Fae. He is a warrior and a shapeshifter. He's about 500 years old. We don't know his exact age. His family consists of an unnamed mother, father, and two brothers who are all deceased. He is Feyre's ex-fiancé and enemy number one of the Night Court. Disclaimer: these are fictional characters in a fictional universe, and these are my opinions on these fictional characters. So please do not be upset. Please do not come at me. Just fiction. Fiction means fake. Don't worry about it. Let's carry on. Let's get into it. This is about to get real hot and heavy. If you don't like it, you can leave. That's fine. I really do not care. Also, you don't have to like it. Okay, so the offenses, the charges against Tamlin are participating in the murder of Rhysand's mother and sister, killing Rhysand's father, ignoring Feyre's needs and wants after Under the Mountain. I will be abbreviating it as UMT because I did not have time to type it all out. He allied with Hybern, and he was also a dick at the High Lord's meeting. So, let's get into it. I will be describing each of these offenses and seeing how I viewed them if I was in Tamlin's shoes. Okay, I need to breathe. Okay, anyways. The murder of Rhysand's mother and sister. Sarah never really tells us if he helped, if he did the deed himself. She just says he was there and that he didn't stop it, which in itself is bad. He should have tried to stop it. But, you know, as a child and your parent is doing something, like, that's a thing. But, you know, he should have tried to stop it. He killed Rhysand's father after Rhysand's father and him killed his family. So, you know, it was kind of just going back and forth at that point. He ignored Feyre's needs and wants after Under the Mountain. So before they went Under the Mountain, he gave her everything she ever could have wanted. And he did everything he could for her. But then after she died, you know, and was resurrected, he was absolutely paralyzed with fear and was only thinking about, how do I protect her? How do I protect her? He had horse blinders on. He was, how do I protect her? He allied with Hybern to get Feyre back. That's a thing that happened because she was kidnapped by his mortal enemy. And then he was a dick at the High Lord's meeting. But I would be a dick too if I was dumped over text for my rival. Now we're going to go on to the things he did that were good. See how there's a lot on here? Yeah. Exactly. He saved Feyre and her family from starvation and poverty. Not only that, he gave Feyre and her family a life of comfort and luxury. Luxury. He didn't just make them, like, safe. He made them above comfortable. He gave them so much money and so much everything and protected them and did all that. So that was pretty good. He broke the curse. This is the hottest take, I know. And I don't hear people talk about it a lot. I'm the only person who I have seen bring this up. He's the one who broke the curse. He made a human woman fall in love with her. Sorry, him. He made a human woman fall. Pardon me. He made a human woman with hate in her heart fall in love with him. Feyre is the one who did not say, I love you back. And even if he did not, he was that close to breaking the curse. And it was kind of on Feyre for not saying I love you back. And even though you can say Feyre technically broke the curse after she did the trials, he still got her to Prythian. And also she cheated in most of the trials. So, this is the biggest one that I haven't seen anybody bring up yet, is he sent Feyre home and doomed all of Prythian rather than endanger her. if he didn't love her, if he didn't truly love her for every fiber of her being, would he have forsaken the entire continent and possibly the entire world for her? That's my thing. That just think about that a little bit. It's pretty interesting. He helped resurrect Rhys, be happy, Feyre. Ooh, that hurt. And he managed to pull his court back together after Feyre completely smashed it, which is another thing no one wants to talk about, is how Feyre, harmed lots of innocent people in the Spring Court, but, everyone kind of just slapped her in the hands and let her get away with it. So, those are just some of the good things that he has done. One of them I forgot to list on here was double cross Hybern, and also, save Feyre and Azriel and Elaine in the Hybern war camp in A Court of Wings and Ruin after she wrecked his whole court. So that was a good thing. We're gonna move on. Some of y'all about to be real mad at me, but it must be said, Rhysand ain't perfect. And a lot of people are gonna be mad about this, but I just need you to put on your little Tamlin de Tool goggles and look at Rhysand in that same light. He participated in the murder of Tamlin's family the exact same way that Tamlin murdered his family. He did the same thing, and he didn't stop his dad from killing Tamlin's mother and sisters after he said, we're just gonna kill the dad, because he killed our family. He didn't stop him. And yes, maybe he was like, it's fine because they killed mine. Revenge, right? But if he's such a good person, why didn't he take the high road? He killed and tortured innocents under the mountain. He used Feyre as his whore under the mountain. I don't know what you're going to say. You're going to say McKenna. That was because he was trying to protect his family. He was trying to protect the inner circle. He was trying to protect Valaris. When Tamlin did the same things, arguably things that weren't as bad, to protect Feyre, it was abusive. So if you're going to have the bad things for the right reason mentality, give a little bit of that to Tamlin. Give him a little bit of leeway on that. He made the bargain for his own benefit. He could have just healed Feyre's arm, but because he is a Fey bastard, he was like, I'm going to get something out of this. And then made that whole kidnapping thing. He's only interested in Feyre because they're mates. I'm 50-50 on this one. I think he's a good person and liked her because she was cool or whatever, but she's really not. But that's a thing. And the one that upsets me the most is he got everything he wanted. He got the girl, he got the family, he got the perfect court, he got his perfect little city, and Tamlin had absolutely nothing. No friends, no family, no court. Bupkis. And then he went to mock Tamlin for it, which was honestly the lowest thing he could have ever done, and it really disgusted me. Here we have a handy dandy Venn diagram that I made. Sorry that I'm out of breath, I'm asthmatic. Whew. So here's a Venn diagram. Take a minute to analyze. So if you look at it, you can see they're actually pretty similar in a lot of ways. They're both High Lords. They have no living direct family. Rhys has a cousin, that's it. They killed each other's families. They both had shitty dads. Tamlin's dad, I think, was worse because he, wanted slaves, which was gross. They both kidnapped Feyre at some point, which no one brings up, which is funny because, so Tamlin kidnaps Feyre from the human realm and then is like, you're not really a prisoner, but you get to just live here with me. That's cool. And she's like, no, I hate it here, and then falls in love. And then Rhysand does the exact same thing. He kidnaps her from her place where she was in not very good conditions, and then takes her to his place and is like, you're not a prisoner here. You just can't leave for a week. So, vibe or whatever. And then she falls in love with him. It's the exact same thing. They did the exact same thing. And no one, I haven't seen anyone catch on to that. And I just caught on to that. And, I think that's hilarious. And we need to talk about that. They both love Feyre at some point. I think they both still do. And I think Tamlin needs to get over that because she's obviously not into it. And they're both hot Fey daddies. So there's that. The differences. Rhysand fought in the war, so he's older. He's got war experience. He's woke. We stand an equality king. He has loving friends and a loving support system around him and people that really appreciate him. He's also a trained courtier, so he knows how to work with the laws and how things work a little bit more. Let's get to Tamlin. He's hated by Feyre. Feyre absolutely despises him, so he's got a bunch of pre-existing circumstances that make him not very happy with his life. Excuse me. He's stuck in the past. And I think this connects to how Tamlin and Rhysand started out very similar and on similar paths. They both had bad dads, and things happened a different way. With Rhysand, he had a bad dad. Dad dies. He becomes High Lord, and he has a good support system of the Inner Circle and the Court of Dreams who help guide him on what he should do. And also, Valaris being the woke, awesome place that it is, he has positive reinforcement to be a good person and learn things and be open-minded. Whereas Tamlin, who had his family was trash, absolute trash, just like Lucian's family. He's got terrible, terrible, terrible family. He didn't want to be High Lord. He had no idea what was coming for him, and his only friend was Lucian. And even Lucian left him. He was just set up for failure. He did not have the same support system in place to make him into the kind of man he should have been. So the way he acts is just based off of what he has seen and what he has known. He has never known anything different. So when Feyre is like, can I be High Lady? He's like, nah, there's no High Ladies. That's because he's never known anything different. That's how he was raised, and that's just how it is. And that's why it's hard for him to change these things, because that's how he grew up and that's all he knows. That was really psychological. My bad. Breathe, McKenna. That's that on that. Here's some nice little things to sprinkle in there. Just some characters I think are worse than Tamlin. These do not excuse Tamlin's sins. I do think Tamlin's actions are unexcusable, and they're on him, but these are just some characters I dislike more than him. Baron, absolute trash. He's a boomer. He killed Lucian's lover, beats his wife, brutalized more. Overall, a major dick. I don't like him. Cannot wait till they kill him off. Amarantha, psychotic murderer, rapist, and she made Prythian her bitch. So, she bad. Two more. King of Harbin, he's just a bad guy. I really don't have any specifics on him. He was kind of a weird villain because he was just like, war! That's it. He was just bad. Ianthe, also a rapist. And she was manipulative and power hungry. Gross. Time for my closing arguments. Again, these are fictional characters in a fictional world, and they are my opinions on these fictional characters in these fictional worlds. Do not come for me. It's all just opinions. It's okay. It's okay. I just think Tamlin deserves a shot at redemption. I'm not trying to excuse his actions. What he did was bad. He made terrible choices that are unexcusable, and he made those choices on his own. Feyre had nothing to do with those choices. Those were not Feyre's fault. What he did was his fault. I do not think that he meant to hurt Feyre. I think he loved Feyre, and that he was just so blind to what she needed. He was only focusing on, I need to protect, I need to protect, I need to protect. That he didn't see that she was collapsing, and he didn't see that she was falling apart. And I don't think he did that to hurt her. I really don't think he wanted to hurt her. I think he was just blind, honestly, and that's totally his fault. It is not Feyre's fault for any of that. I just want to make that clear, that I am not blaming Feyre in any of this. It is Tamlin's fault. I just want him to have a little bit of happiness. Maybe not even happiness. Just not be sad. I just want him to be neutral. He just needs to not be on the brink of dying, okay? That's all I would want from him. So, that's all I have. Art credit. There you go. Those are all the artists in the order that they appeared. They're all on Instagram, so you can find all of their art on Instagram. Check it out. They're really great artists. Thank you guys for coming. Maybe if this uploads, we'll see. But that's just my thoughts on Tamlin. So if my DMs are open, if this uploads somehow, there might be comments. Drop a comment. Drop how you feel. I'm not trying to convince you to love Tamlin. I'm not a Tamlin stan. I just don't think he should be remembered as the worst character in the series because to me, he's not. To me, he made some bad choices and he is a very clear example of how your upbringing can go different ways. Him and Reese, they're foils. Two different paths. Started out the same. Anyways, this probably makes no sense. I'm very tired. I already did this once tonight in my live. So if this doesn't make any sense, that's why. So hope you're all having a good time. Hit me up if you want to discuss. Thank you. How do I turn off recording?